Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a busy professional or business leader, you already know that building a digital presence isn't really optional anymore. But let's be real, the biggest hurdle isn't a lack of ideas, it's the friction of actually producing the stuff. So today, we're completely dismantling the myth that you need to waste a ton of time and capital just to be seen and heard. Let's dive right in. $10,000. Now, that number right there represents what I like to call the legacy myth. It's this false assumption that you need massive capital to even start creating. For decades, media production was basically gatekept by this kind of crazy price tag. It totally frustrated brilliant professionals who just wanted to share their expertise, but they were locked out because they didn't want to drop cash on expensive cameras, massive lighting rigs, or rent out a dedicated studio space. Well, thankfully, that era of financial gatekeeping is entirely over. Because here is the actual reality. Your audience evaluates your clarity and your story, definitely not your price tag. When viewers watch your content, they're instinctively evaluating whether you're making a clear emotional connection and whether your information actually solves their real-world problems. Trust me, they literally do not care about the sensor size of your camera or your video bitrate. That kind of technical superiority is practically invisible to the average audience member. Perceived quality, that is driven entirely by execution. So you gotta ask yourself, do you really need a studio to build a massive, highly profitable brand? The answer is a resounding no. The convergence of advanced smartphones, free editing apps, and modern social platforms has completely leveled the playing field. You are holding a production engine right in your pocket that easily rivals what used to cost thousands of dollars. It's definitely time to challenge that old corporate assumption. To get you moving fast, here's our playbook for today's explainer. 1. The $10,000 myth. 2. ROI and content velocity. 3. The authenticity advantage. 4. The 5-step execution strategy. And finally, 5. The quiet home audio checklist. Let's get to it.
Okay, Section 1. The $10,000 myth, breaking the equipment gatekeeping barrier.
So the $0 setup model, I want to be clear, this isn't about cutting corners. It's actually a highly efficient strategy that prioritizes speed, platform-native performance, and pure authenticity using tools you already own, like your smartphone and natural window light. Think about the massive bottleneck of traditional production. You don't have to align calendars, book a studio, or hire a whole crew. You literally just stand up and record. The goal here isn't to match Hollywood hardware, right? The goal is to optimize the variables that actually drive perceived quality, making your whole production process accessible, incredibly fast, and deeply authentic. Moving right along to Section 2, ROI and content velocity, the economic efficiency of mobile workflows. Now, the absolutely crucial point we need to look at here is break-even time. A heavy capital investment often takes 12 to 24 months to just generate a return. Just think about it. If you go out and build a $10,000 studio, you're spending weeks researching gear, buying it, setting it all up, and then you have to learn how to actually use it. That's weeks or even months of lost time before you publish a single piece of content. A $0 setup, on the other hand, provides instant ROI. Your cost is literally nothing, your setup time is 0, and because you can start right this very second, your speed to market is unbelievably fast. Seriously, think about a traditional studio workflow. It's an absolute headache. You're setting up heavy lighting stands, untangling a mess of audio cables, recording, then transferring these massive files to a computer, and wrestling with complex editing software. It's just pure friction. Now look at this $0 workflow. It is totally seamless. You open your camera, record, trim the clip right there on your phone, and hit publish. Eliminating that friction dramatically increases your content velocity. And that velocity? That's what allows you to capture algorithmic trends and respond to your industry instantly, leaving those slower, overproduced studios completely in the dust. Which brings us to Section 3, the authenticity advantage, why perfection hurts social engagement. Be honest, have you ever instantly scrolled past a video just because it looked kind of like a commercial? We all do it. Research clearly shows that highly polished, cinematic content often takes a huge hit on social platforms. Modern audiences are craving genuine, raw connections from real creators. When a viewer is just scrolling on their phone and they see perfect commercial-grade lighting and this intense production value, their brain instantly categorizes it as an ad, and boom, they swipe away. Platforms reward watch time and relatability. So by speaking directly into your phone in a real environment, you're signaling that you're a genuine human sharing real value, not just some faceless corporation trying to sell them something. So here's a brilliant hybrid model that the most successful leaders are using right now. Basically 80% smartphone content for fast daily updates and 20% studio content for high-value branding. Look, we aren't saying studios are entirely useless. If you're shooting a high-end commercial or a massive flagship course, booking a studio makes perfect sense. But for daily thought leadership, quick educational updates, and really building your personal brand, your smartphone is actually the superior tool. It maximizes both your speed and your authentic connection with the audience, which keeps you top of mind without completely burning through your busy schedule. All right, section 4, the 5-step execution strategy. Maximize output with what you have. Just remember, a lack of equipment definitely doesn't mean a lack of skill. To get professional results, you just need to master this simple playbook. Step 1, always face a window for your light. Step 2, find a quiet space to record. Step 3, keep that lens right at eye level with a nice clean background. Step 4, just use the native editors right on their phone. And step 5, honestly, the most critical element of the whole shebang, focus on the story. You gotta grab attention with a strong hook, deliver real, actionable value in the middle, and finish up with a clear payoff or takeaway. This level of execution is what actually drives quality, not a fancy camera. And going back to step 1 for a second, it's actually wild to think that professional studios literally spend thousands and thousands of dollars trying to replicate the exact same soft illumination you can get for absolutely free. Natural window light provides this gorgeous full-spectrum diffusion, especially if it's a cloudy day out. It wraps around your face perfectly. The only trick? You just simply face the window directly. Never put the window behind you or you'll turn into a dark silhouette. Literally, this one single adjustment, just leveraging free, natural light, will elevate your production quality way more dramatically than buying a $3,000 camera, for sure. Let's look at section 5, the quiet home audio checklist, the true indicator of perceived quality. Here is a golden rule. Audiences will totally forgive bad video, but they will instantly reject bad audio. If you sound like you're talking from inside a tin can, they are gone. But the good news is, you don't need a heavy, complicated audio interface or some $500 microphone to sound great. You just need to manage your environment. Avoid those large, empty rooms with hard floors that just bounce sound all over the place. Instead, pick a smaller, quiet room. Close the curtains, throw down a soft rug, and just let those everyday materials absorb the echo. Your built-in smartphone microphone is going to sound incredibly rich and professional just by making these simple tweaks. Ultimately, your real bottlenecks as a professional are consistency and creativity, not your gear. A $10,000 studio is designed for absolute perfection, but honestly, it anchors you down, it slows your output and drains your energy. The $0 setup, though, that maximizes your content velocity and your genuine human connection. In the modern creator economy, speed and authenticity are going to beat slow, expensive perfection every single time, no contest. So I want to leave you with this provocative question to chew on. Are you maximizing your audience connection, or are you just maximizing your production costs? Stop waiting for the perfect equipment. Stop letting the illusion of the pristine studio hold you back, and start sharing your expertise with the world today. You already have everything you need right there in your pocket.